Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigerian news. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. We'll say God bless you. If you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button below. And now the news in details. Buhari extends lockdown, charges Nigerians to endure restriction. President Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday urged Nigerians to comply with the restriction directive once more in order to defeat the coronavirus. The president, in a statement issued by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, also promised more interventions for vulnerable citizens. Buhari had, on March 29, ordered the total cessation of movement in Lagos, Ogun State and Federal Capital Territory for an initial period of 14 days in a bid to check the spread of the disease in the country. He thanked Nigerians for their patience, resolve and strong determination to defeat the COVID-19 outbreak. The statement read, "But we must ask you once more to observe restrictions on movements where they are in place and follow the instruction of our scientists and medical advisors. Stay at home, watch your hands, save lives. The freedoms we ask you to willingly forsake today will only last as long as our scientific advisors declare they are necessary, but they are essential world over to halt and defeat the spread of this virus. For those who suffer most very well, the government has announced multiple measures to assist. 7,000 tons of grains is being released from the National Strategic Grain Reserves for distribution to those in most need. Distribution of small cash payments are also being made and will continue to be made by the federal government in the state and local government areas. The president urged members of the public to follow public announcements via the mass media for instructions as to how to receive government support and learn of more public assistance in the coming days. The statement added, "All that the government is asking you to endure is because nowhere in the world today is there any known way of defeating this pandemic. There is no vaccine, and that means there are choices to be made between continue as usual or accepting the restriction, even when they come with unintended consequences. But at this darkest hours, it remains our duty to offer you the full, unvarnished truth. This is a global pandemic. 210 countries and territories across the globe are affected. We cannot expect others to come to our assistance. No one is coming to defeat this virus for us. Instead, the defeat of the virus in our country will be in our hands alone. We cannot wait for others. We can only depend on ourselves now. And so we must, and we will, end this outbreak ourselves as Nigerians together." So guys, what is your own take about this? Another lockdown? Extra 14 days lockdown is not a joke. I'm telling you the truth, because to stay at home without working, without being an assistant to the family, to the children, to the wife, to the husband, it's not a joke, trust me. But what still baffles me is that, is 14 days enough? Or is there something that the government is hiding that we don't know about? That's another question that we have to ask ourselves. And now it's elected 3 states, Ogun State, Lagos State, Abuja, for this total lockdown. What about the rest of the states? Does it mean that those states are safe enough not to be locked down? That is another question that we have to ask ourselves, And Nigerians are saying that, who are those in most need of the grain? You guys should stop all these jokes. You said this is no vaccine. There is no vaccine to defeat the coronavirus. Why inviting Chinese to help? As you said, what are they going to use in defeating the pandemic? The problem we are having in this country is not COVID-19 outbreak. But COVID-419 outbreak, this is just so funny. That's another name for this virus, COVID-419 outbreak. I urge the federal government of Nigerians to first defeat the COVID-419 pandemic before we can fully defeat the COVID-19 pandemic in the nation. Well, it is only the federal government that knows what they are doing. It is only the federal government that knows their ambition, that knows their priority. Because Nigerians don't really understand what is going on right now. But according to what we know on ground, worldwide, we all know that this spread of virus is not a joke. People are dying every day because of this virus, whether we like it or not. We all know that worldwide is not a joke. A whole family is being wiped off because of this virus. This is to tell you that this is not a joke. But the grace that we have in Nigeria is that people that are infected are not much in Nigeria. But that does not mean that Nigeria should not be careful. You know, Nigeria should be careful, extraordinary careful right now. But the thing is that people are still talking. They said our challenge now is between the landlord and the tenant. Shop owners and landlord will be counting months, yet the public are on lockdown. Can government talk to landlord or ask for waiver of the payment of the shop and house rentage, which is absolutely true? By the time you have landlord, you have houses that you rent, the shops, the payment still goes, and that's the issues. So after the lockdown, definitely, whether you use the shops or not, you will keep paying that money. And that is where the issues comes in. Will government help in that? Well, I will frankly say to everyone that government will never be of help in terms of you paying your house rent or you paying your shop rent. You have to have a dialogue with your landlord or your shop or somebody that owns the shop about the payment. But that is the problem. But the government do not understand that. There are more to this lockdown. It is not about bringing grains to the state. It is not about bringing a whole bag of rice to the state. But it is about the money that will be owned, especially for people who are renting houses, for people who are renting shops. That's a very huge task, a huge one for that matter. But the thing is that, to be true, Lagos state government is doing their half best. To the Lagosians and residents, trust me, the Lagos state is really trying. In my own opinion, they are really, really trying about this, trying to stop this spread of virus that is going on in the state right now, And Nigerians are saying that, we are in big trouble. This problem was caused by federal government because of one person. They refused to lock up our airlines coming from abroad and our borders. Now look, what are we facing right now? Trust me, it has happened. We are all going to face it together, and that is the problem that we are facing right now. The whole issue at ground is that these leaders are the cause of everything that is going on in Nigeria. Assuming, for example, they've healed to the instruction at the beginning, this virus wouldn't have entered the country Nigeria at all. But because of one person, now the whole state, everybody is suffering from it. That's the problem. And they are saying that I see someone faint because of hunger. So you means that hungry is not real, but COVID-19 is real? The grain that you want to distribute, we don't know who are the beneficiaries. Amongst the citizens, only God can handle the situations that we are in. Government should hold their grain. You leave people in starvation. We will drink water and make it alive, not your ego. Wow. Trust me, whether we like it or not, this total lockdown is not a joke at all. For you to be at home with your family without any of assistance in house payment, in shop payment, taking care of the children, the husband, the wife, the family, indoor without going to work. It's not a joke. So guys, what do you think about this? What is your own take? Your comment is highly appreciated. And kindly drop your comment at the comment section below. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. We say God bless you. If you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button below. And also, please don't forget to press the notification button so that whenever we upload news, you will be the first person to listen to our latest news. God bless you and always stay safe.